Why the EV charger rollout is taking forever. Let's be clear about one thing. America's public electric vehicle charger network is growing, possibly not on pace with the growth of electric vehicles themselves, but it is getting there. Now, the U.S. government-funded National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Program, meant to add high-speed chargers to highways across the country, that one's taking a while, and we're about to explore why. Welcome to this Monday edition of Critical Materials, our morning roundup of the latest news in automotive tech, mobility, and the future of driving. And welcome to June. Summer is here. People say it's technically still spring, but I'm from Texas, so I can't get my head around that idea. And the EV news is as hot as ever. Also on tap today, the auto industry takes on the state-by-state roadblocks to electric adoption, and Ford gets some wins on hybrids. When the bipartisan infrastructure law was passed in 2021, it allocated $5 billion in grants to build fast charging stations along highway corridors. The goal was to erase range anxiety from the great American road trip and convince more drivers to go fully electric with their next car purchase. It's now mid-2024, and bad news, folks. Only 8 NEVI-funded charging stations are open, and only in 6 states, Automotive News reports. Why is it such slow going to build these up when the EV charger market is still a red-hot one? According to pretty much every charging company that I talk to, the answer is permits. Basically, there's no one turnkey way to build these easily that can be replicated across multiple communities. The rules and process can be different in each city, county, region, or community seeking to install such a network. Automotive News agrees here. There is no uniform way to build it. Like America's electricity grid, the EV charger deployment process is fragmented. It is a federal program, but states decide how to distribute the funds they get from Washington. Companies that win funds through the program can't employ an efficient cookie-cutter strategy nationally, because state regulators and utility companies have unique sets of rules, and they must work with a patchwork of private and public utilities by region. Each of these companies has its own grid, EV charging program, and operational plan. 23 states have begun doling out National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Awards, according to EV adoption data, through May 28. 10 have closed the first round of applications. 1 is open for applications. 10 have a tentative start date for accepting applications, and 6 have not provided an application timeline. Ohio, New York, Colorado, and Pennsylvania are among the fastest-moving states. Idaho, Mississippi, Nevada, South Carolina, South Dakota, and Wyoming are the slowest. The way the NEVI process works is that individual states apply for the funding, and then when it's approved, private companies make bids to install them, like EVgo, ChargePoint, and so on. Then you involve all the local communities and utilities, and the result is an approximately 2-year gap between funding application and when a station opens. Plus, states are moving on this at varying levels of urgency, which has mostly concentrated charger growth along the coasts and in wealthier areas. According to SP Global Mobility, state officials paused the charger program last spring before restarting in December, because they feared the chargers would bear heavy upkeep costs after the 5-year National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure funding runs dry. The stations wouldn't get enough use. Across Wyoming's 18 major interchanges, the most popular stop would charge fewer than 6 EVs per day, according to an analysis commissioned by the state. Half of the interchange stops will charge fewer than 1 per day on average. Other states are moving more quickly. Ohio, New York, Maine, Vermont, Pennsylvania, and Hawaii have stations open. Still, New York is the only state with more than 1 site. It has 3. But look on the bright side. Lauren McDonald, CEO of research firm EV Adoption and friend of this publication, says that he expects a huge glut of NEVI-funded chargers to open by 2027. That may coincide with the predicted third-wave boom of EVs, when more affordable options are expected to go to market, and more automakers will take advantage of local car and battery production for better prices. Still, this program has a long way to go, and what it needs is some kind of playbook to install chargers much more quickly in different communities, and good luck getting all those different variables squared away. Source: reposted and summarized from @insideevs.